Returning once again, Bianca and Ian. I'm not going to be able to get a pro teaches noobs in this weekend, unfortunately. Almost most of the regulars are not available for that, unfortunately. So instead, we're going to be doing this stream instead for the weekend. I mean, it's Friday evening; it counts. So we're going to be going over DC's May 2022 solicitations, and more importantly, Peacemaker. So
Well,
what
no,
did
they're
you
both
all?
important.
Yep. So what did you two think of the whole season and the finale?
Oh, the finale would have been better if I wasn't spoiled.
I was lucky. I was mostly not spoiled.
I was on Tristan's. I was looking at Tristan's stream, and then after it ended, I went on the homepage, and it was literally the very first thumbnail.
Why do people do that? Why not put a question mark on there or something to tease it, and then put it in the video? Why do you have to put it on your thumbnail?
It was on the thumbnail. It was on the. It didn't even say spoilers. It just said, "Oh, hey, look, this is what happened." And I'm like, "Really? Really? I'm on the last episode."
That's so weird. Don't do that, guys.
Okay, but what did you think about how everything wrapped up? I mean, I was worried how they're going to wrap it up since, you're like, we still have a lot to go through, and nope, actually, it just ended up being mostly one big fight.
I was,
Have you guys read either The Puppet Masters by Robert Heinlein or The Host by Stephanie Meyer? Yes.
Neither. Neither. I'm aware of them, but I have never read them.
I really like both of them. I actually really like The Host.
Really? Stephanie Meyer, she wrote something good?
I mean, I like Twilight. I'm not saying it's good, but I like it. But
I'm joking.
Oh, that's who that is.
I think The Host is actually a really fun sci-fi novel. Like, it does have its love square because there's.
What about the adaptation of it?
I really like. I mean, it had a great cast: Saoirse Ronan and William Hurt. Like, really good actors.
True.
And I like the director. It's very stylish. It's not who I would have picked, but like he did a really good job making it stylish.
Ominous hell no.
Of course not. But anyway, the point of The Host and Puppet Masters and Peacemaker is that even if an alien society is quote unquote more evolved, that doesn't give them the right to control us. I mean,
right.
Basically, and I am not a fan of this particular mode of analysis, which is post-colonialism, but it's basically the same idea as just because the English or the Europeans had higher technology and a more sophisticated form of political science that allowed them to create representative republics and so forth, that didn't give them the right to move into other people's countries and rule them.
Reminds me of the Cardassians with Bajor, Star Trek DS9.
Right. There's always been this thing.
Thing was Ducat saying, we didn't ask to be superior, we just were.
Yeah, just because you think you're better. And that's the thing, is they think they're better. And
yes.
I think that James Gunn probably does think that these aliens who have these, more sophisticated views of climate change and peace and all
but
this
at least
stuff.
he acknowledges all their bad guys. At least he still acknowledges
they're the bad guys. They're controlling.
That's what I like about Gunn. That's what I like about Gunn's writing. He doesn't really fully take a side. He has his opinions, but he keeps it, and he will put in little jabs within his writing, of course, that fit his side, but he's not going to ignore the other side.
Well, it really reminds me of Firefly, because actually Serenity has the same thing, because the Alliance, if you have seen Serenity, the Alliance's whole thing is that they're the liberals. They're the liberal democracy that's, they're
Where's this Sweden? Where's this Sweden?
But Mal is the hero. Mal is basically a Confederate. He's not a racist. He's a little sexist, but he's the hero because he stands up for being able to make mistakes, being able to be free versus a totalitarian government that's willing to trample on people's individual lives to get what it wants. So I really like. What do you guys think about that?
No, I think you have a good point there. But I mean, again, the fact that they were still the bad, but again, I just boils down back to they're still the bad guys, even if they might feel like they are better. It's like you're killing the people you're making the host. I'm sorry, when Detective Song got taken over,
Oh, I was
I
so
was
sad.
upset. I was upset because I'm like,
She was a great character.
and I hope this
Me
actress gets
too.
more work after this. I hope she gets more work. From what I understand, she's been bit parts at best. This better get her more work because she deserves it.
Well, I hope at least that HBO Max will start putting her in their other series.
Yeah, because it just felt so like, oh, the moment I saw the blood coming out, I'm like, she's dead.
I was very sad because she was a cool character.
It was what's the trope? The mauve shirt. Where you set up a Doom character who, or you give a character personality, and they're one of the ones who are more likely to get the red shirt treatment. But you actually, hey, Hominus, but they're
Hello.
but they're able to get more, have more personality and setup.
Well, I mean, she's basically like Rorschach, you know? She's the determined detective digging into things, and she gets swallowed by something, literally, or she swallows something that she can't chew.
Yeah, but again, I just felt like, oh, fuck you, Gunn. I mean, I wasn't really mad, but it just felt like, like, then everyone, the cops then are taken out, then you're like,
Well, but here's a question for you. Do you feel that because they only lost one person in the team, do you feel like they should have lost more characters?
No, I think they were too small of a team.
Well, I liked that it was a smaller thing. Like, the threat was big, but, like...
I think it was because... I think Gunn wanted to avoid a repeat of the Suicide Squad, where almost so many characters got killed.
Well, also, I think that it's interesting that both of the villains are aliens from outer space that rob people of their free will. Like, I thought that was an interesting connection. Very much so. Now, here's the other question. What about all the other people around the Earth? They basically showed like a good 1/3 of the planet was taken over. Are they dead? Yeah, there's a lot of dead people now. I don't think that'll be touched on, but I think that Gunn could get out of it by saying that was suspected butterfly.
That is true. The other thing now, the other thing you also say is, well, they'll just continue living about their lives as sleeper cells. Yeah, that's another way. They don't have anything to eat. Oh, that's a good point. The cow's gone. Like, that's the whole point of killing the cow, is that if we should have waited that from the start. Wait, what do you mean, Hominus? Waited what? I don't know. Does he even stated that? I don't know what he's saying. Repeat that or rephrase that, Hominus. Yeah. But overall, well, Bianca, you've been quiet. What did you think about the finale?
Fine.
So here's the real question, though. Do we ship Harcourt and Peacemaker or not?
No. I want to, but I don't feel like it is.
I've been debating it the entire season. I was like, I don't want them to be together as a personal thing, but I feel like, oh, he's just gonna have sex with her in one of the episodes or whatever.
Oh, Detective Song getting screwed over like that. Well, again, dude, that's what a mauve shirt is, or you're setting up a Doom character. That's what you do. You set him up, and then when it happens, you get more of a gut impact than if it was just a no name, no personality red shirt. But I mean, pretty much all of the supporting cast was killed off in this. Well, yeah, I mean, Augie got killed off. Now, I gotta say, with Vigilante, I did not care for how when they start off with him, but it went on. It's an endearing take on the character. I thought he was hilarious. I know, but what I'm saying, compared to the comic version, it's an endearing take. Wasn't there a version that was similar to this one? Not exact, but just not Adrian, but another Vigilante, I think. Well, I actually have not read any of Vigilante before, so. All right. Or Peacemaker, so, and there is no.
Me too.
Oh, the most I've ever read from Peacemaker was his appearances in Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle.
There's no Casually Comics video on that yet, so.
Like I said, for me, was was Peacemaker. It was mostly what I saw of him in the Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle, where he was an old, grizzled man. That's very different than douchey, broy Captain America. Which, but again, the fact that I didn't ever expect that we could get a redemption for Peacemaker, but here it is. It was really good. Making his dad be the White Dragon, how else could you have found a way to basically have it be, yeah, here's why he's so bad. I mean, that's the thing is, the
in the Casually Comics video, it says that his dad was actually like an actual Nazi.
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense then to just combine the two.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was something like trying to be relevant, but like the thing is, I appreciated that they showed that all the people who follow the White Dragon are actually just these pathetic losers. Like, it's a bunch of really incompetent, pathetic losers, which I think is realistic. I don't think that there is a significant white nationalist threat in the America. There are white nationalists, but they're pathetic. They're very badly organized, and it's not a widespread appeal.
Now, here's something else. What about the reveal of Task Force X at the end? Now, one thing I remember is, are they publicly known, or at least casually known in the DC universe? Like, people at least know of their existence?
I mean, it's really hard to say because DC's really decimated their civilian cast. It's really hard to say what normal people know because we haven't seen normal people very much at all.
True. But you know what I mean, John? Like, is it publicly? Because like, there are cases where people hear about, like, you have people walking right into a courtroom and say, "Oh yeah, you can't arrest them." Oh, hey, Soup. You can't walk up to that, and that's why they can walk up to the judge and saying, "Yeah, these guys aren't going to jail. They're going to be serving time with Task Force X. Come on." You can do that right in the middle of a trial. Because that happened during Identity Crisis.
Hi, Dr. Soup. My mic was on the fritz.
I mean, I don't know if you remember that part, Ian. During the end of Identity Crisis.
I haven't read Identity Crisis.
Okay.
But there's only, let's see, I've read the two medals, I've read Convergence. I think that's the only crises I've ever read. Because I don't like crises. I don't like events or the Justice League.
But now, but still, with except Batman on it, of course, right?
I don't really like most Batman events either.
I was joking about Batman Beyond the League. I was joking about that. But anyway,
they always ignore. Like, I'm still pissed at Snyder Justice League for breaking every bone in Batman's body. I'm like, that's a 3-month recovery time, and you know that no other titles are actually going to address that. So that's just a pointless, like, showing how cool you think you are, Scott Snyder.
True, but still, though, when it comes to with them revealing Task Force X and the Waller pretty much losing her power basically. I mean,
I don't think she loses her power. She loses her anonymity. So
that's true.
She's got scrutiny now.
Yep, but that means she completely underestimated her own daughter. And it's like, you should have seen the signs. And
I said this off stream, I think, but I love the fact that James Gunn gave us a person on the team who looks like the Wall. She's a
he didn't cast Amanda Waller because that was in the first one. Granted, great casting. Granted,
like, John Ostrander approves of Viola Davis, so who am I to say anything?
Oh yeah, and Viola, she has the personality.
The personality and the acting is perfect. I just wish they'd gotten a nice,
especially in Gunn's movie. In Gunn's movie, that moment when she's just yelling at everyone, it's like, that's her. That's right up there with "No one screws the Wall."
Yeah,
that's always one of my favorite Waller moments from that animated movie. You know what I'm talking about, right? From Assault on Gotham.
Suicide Squad Hell to Pay?
No, Assault on Gotham.
Oh, I haven't
seen rings.
Yeah. Wait, what? Onion rings? But yeah. That's the point where, because basically, Riddler is trying to short out the bombs using electric chairs and everything. And when she realizes it, she goes, "No one screws the Wall," and hits the detonation button.
As you should.
But the first Suicide Squad movie is one of the most disappointing movies. It made me sad.
I
still liked it too. I still place it better than Thor: Dark World and some of the other Marvel movies I have lower tiered.
Low bar.
And that's just me liking bad movies. I loved Thor: The Dark World.
It was boring.
Everybody made Christopher Eccleston boring. How can you do that?
By giving most of the characterization time that you were going to give Eccleston to Hiddleston.
Yeah.
But Hominus revealing Task Force X does make sense because really it is the only way. Because when you think about it, Bloodsport's threatened everything, then that's what got him off the hook. But in this case, but in this case though, yeah, this was the only way to get Peacemaker off the hook. Would you agree with that?
Can you say it one more time?
Wouldn't the fact that he actually stopped the butterflies get Peacemaker off the hook?
It would, but not with Waller. Waller wanted to be. Remember, the whole point was. Yep, hey Davia. Remember, the whole point was Waller to use him as a scapegoat at the end, win or lose. So this was the only way to counter what her mother had in mind by basically forcing her hand. Because the only way you could ever win was Waller. You have to force her into a corner and give her no way out.
Oh yay, Dr. Soup agrees with me.
But yeah, you know what I mean by that, Ian?
I don't know. I felt that was more about Odebayo's character growth rather than necessarily a plot thing to me. I don't know. I could be wrong.
That's true. That is very true.
So, like, how big in trouble is she going to get with her mom?
Again.
Lots of trouble.
Yep.
Like dying trouble?
No. Which is now...
Break her leg trouble. Got it.
Now, here's the other question I asked.
Maybe break her up with her wife trouble. I think that's on the table.
I was afraid something was going to happen to the wife as soon as she came home because everything was in slow motion and it was pan-zoomed. And I'm like, no.
Wife is a butterfly.
Now, here's the other point to make, though, is that hold on. Oh, yeah. With that one woman who hit her with the golf club in the movie. That was supposed to be actually her niece, if I recall. The character, anyway, in the comics was, the one that had that name, was her niece.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Which might explain why she didn't get off. If they are still keeping the family relationship, that would probably explain why she only got arrested, not offed right then and there. Because, we didn't know about her fate until the first episode of Peacemaker. Because you're just like, she just knocked out the wall.
Can somebody explain the diary thing to me? So the diary
the diary was fake. It was meant to pin everything on Peacemaker. So if win or lose, everything's going to fall on him as the scapegoat.
I feel like they did it too soon.
What were they blaming him for?
They were going to blame everything.
What's like everything and what happened in the Suicide Squad movie? Or
no. Everything that just happened with the butterflies.
Oh, okay.
That was their contingency plan.
But I feel like that happened too soon. Like that, I feel like Waller should have been do that later on.
True, but I think it was more of a case of just planting it. I think the other thing, though, is Waller underestimated someone finding it sooner. I think it was a case where you got to plant it ahead of time so that it doesn't look like you planted it.
Well, I also think that Waller didn't really understand how dangerous the butterflies were.
That too.
Because, I think she definitely underestimated how dangerous Starro was.
Yeah. She does not. She thinks she can control everything. I mean, look at that even goes right to the first Suicide Squad movie. She thought she can control the Enchantress. The first
Suicide Squad movie was so stupid.
Yeah, but I'm saying, no, she thought she can control Enchantress.
So stupid.
We're not talking about the other bad guy. I'm just talking about Enchantress.
So stupid.
Even Enchantress was so stupid?
Well, the fact that, I'm not a fan of characters who's like, I can control you, but then later in the movie, because we need it for the plot, you can't control them anymore. It just feels arbitrary.
True. Now, it shows a point, on a different note before we get into talking about the solicitations. Oh, boy, with the stuff with George Perez, now he's on hospice and all that. Any day now. And one of the first things I just did, I just ordered a copy on eBay of his Sirens, the hardcover.
Oh, we should talk about the fact that DC and Marvel are...
Oh, yeah, the JLA Avengers stuff.
They are. I wish they were doing a bigger print run, but they are doing something at least.
It was probably the most they could agree to, or it was the most that Heroes Initiative could have paid them. Because I bet you this is more of a commission from them, from Heroes Initiative. But from what even Kurt Busiek said, they're going to have the stuff that you had in these combined. You see?
7,000 copies are not enough.
Yep, but he said if you have this, you're good. Like I do. If you have this copy, you are good.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to be people who, despite already having one, will want to get this one just because.
Oh yeah, just because, and because it's going to have an new afterwards by Kurt, who I'm sure is going to an afterwards.
What does that mean?
As in, they put a paragraph at the end of the book saying, like this is my thoughts after everything is all said and done. Just like you have an intro, this is an afterwards of the same thing.
Gotcha.
I gotta say, this is still one of my favorite comic books of all. I mean, it's perfection, if you ask me. Everything makes sense. There might be a little bit of out of characterness that gets explained, though, like how Cap and Superman are acting. Granted, I do think the reason is a bit arbitrary, but still. I mean, come on, look at this.
Nice.
That is awesomeness.
Do you think it's going to affect anything color-wise when it comes out?
No. I don't think they're going to change the coloring at all.
I hope not.
Because modern colorization anyway. Why would they need to redo it?
I don't know. Sometimes they do this stuff with
They do that with older
printings.
They do that with older books. Yeah, that much older. This was still in the 2000s, Bianca.
I don't know, man.
Nope, and I had him sign it.
Nice.
And he signed also the companion book, too. Because the companion includes the lost pages of the original JLA Avengers they attempted back in the 80s or 70s, whichever. Because, yeah, and they basically explain back and forth about what could have been. Hold on. Yeah, this would have been 1983, before Christ on Infinite Earths. So, yeah, let's get on to the solicitations now, shall we? Now, I gotta ask you, Ian, what do you think about Pariah being the supposed big bad of everything?
I don't know who Pariah is.
He was in Christ on Infinite Earths. He was the one who would keep jumping to other worlds, trying to give him a warning before he would then disappear. And then basically he feels he was the cause because he was the one who decided. Now, you know the whole, you observe the birth of the universe, you're cursed, like your world will be destroyed. You at least are aware of that, right?
Nope.
Okay,
that used to be about Crisis on Infinite Earths.
All right. It basically, that's what it was long established. If you observe the dawn of creation, dangerous things will happen. And when he did it, because usually it'll be a case of just by observing it, it will cause when you're observing it, it's no matter what you're doing, there's going to be an energy blowback that's going to come right through and be with devastating results. Observing the actual moment of creation. So even though by observing it, the energy from that moment is going to come right through.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, anyway, technically it's what caused the birth of the multiverse, because the Guardians observed it. Krona chose to observe it, and when that happened, the energy was so great that it shattered the one universe into the infinite multiverse.
That's not how multiverses work.
No, well, that was how their explanation was initially to how it was created.
That was extremely silly. Multiverses work because of the idea of diversity.
I know, every choice, yes, but this was their way of explaining how that's what caused it. That way, then at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earth, they say the same event happened, but instead of shattering, they merged. That's how we had one universe for so long. Remember, we had it be one universe until Infinite Crisis when we got 52 Earths.
Have you ever seen? Okay, 52 Earths is the dumbest thing ever. It's stupid. If there's a multiverse, there are infinite universes.
I agree, but again,
let's go back to something I was about to say. Have you seen the show Fringe?
I'm aware of Fringe, and I know about how they handled things.
You should watch Fringe. It's a great show. But the basic idea is that the universes always existed, but getting to them is the difficult part. And I know that we have superpowers and whatever, but like the idea that some multiverses are closer to others and they form connections between, I think that's a much better storytelling device than we observed creation and it created. That's not how multiverses work.
Anyway, when Pariah did it, he actually did something smart. He created a void of antimatter to go through. So if any backlash would happen, it would happen only within the cube that he was in of energy. It wouldn't break out. But when he went there, he somehow, in doing so, it awakened the antimatter. Now, of course, it was later revealed in the same event that it turns out the antimatter was aware of everything, and he just used it to his advantage because Pariah's world was the first one to be destroyed and everything. And through that, it was the first universe, positive matter universe, to disappear, causing the antimatter universe to expand, thus finally canceling out the balance between the monitor and antimatter, making the antimatter stronger because his antimatter universe had grew one universe more. Does that make sense? Basically, Pariah thinks it's my fault that it all happened. Anyway.
He's right?
Yes and no. He is, yes, and no in that it wasn't his actions that directly caused it, but yes in that he gave the antimatter an opening.
Ah, okay.
So it was yes to a degree, but he didn't know. No one would have known.
True. How could you know?
Exactly. So, Shadow Wars 5, 6, and the 7, and the conclusion.
Plus the tie-in anthology.
Right, and yeah, again, just like Joker War, we got Shadow War Zone
with Sexy McBoobs. So it's our new Punchline. Oh, did you see? Punchline is going to be in the mobile game. I'm actually kind of excited.
Mobile game?
Yeah, you know, DC Legends, the thing I always play.
Oh.
What?
It's an RPG, a combat RPG.
I don't like those on phones.
I don't either.
It's all about collecting. I like it.
I feel like that's all they are.
Okay, there's Shadow War Zone. Ooh, nice artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, who is that?
Sexy McBoobs. Didn't you hear what I said?
Okay, seriously, who is she? Angel Breaker.
AKA.
All right.
That's a cool name.
And she's connected to Ghostmaker. I do like how people are embracing Ghostmaker. I do like that.
Finally.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you like Ghostmaker better than some of the other creations?
I didn't say he's better than all. I'm glad all the other creations are getting embraced, but like you're going to have Miracle.
What draws you to him specifically?
The fact that I still like the fact that when you introduce him, you think he's going to be another one of those evil rivals, and at the end, it pulls a fast one saying, "Oh no, he's not going to be evil."
I actually really like that. That was my favorite part of that sort of between the Fear State and Joker War. Like you get introduced, and that the thing where Dick and Bruce are in the Batmobile, and Dick's
you think he's going to be another race?
He's your friend. Like that moment, and then at the end where he is able to convince him to join him, I thought that was actually really heartwarming.
And I do like again how you think he's going to be another Wraith.
Who's Wraith?
Wraith is one of those the evil counterpart Batman. Hold on.
I don't think I know.
Oh, Wrath. Sorry, Wrath.
Yeah. Oh.
Wrath.
Oh man.
Yeah, the anti-Batman.
I still remember everyone got so mad when Steph was able to defeat Wrath because they're like, "Oh, Wrath is the anti-Batman." I'm like, Wrath has been in like 3 stories.
Technically, not that though, but he's not the only anti-Batman. Technically, Killer Moth is an anti-Batman.
Right. I don't care if he's supposed to be the anti-Batman. Steph is a way cooler character, and her beating him is not
No, I'll be honest. I prefer John Layman's version that he did during New 52.
Hi, Tristan.
Oh,
I mean, isn't that?
Hey, Tris.
Isn't that the version that Steph beat?
No.
Yeah, I think it was because he had his scorns and stuff.
Oh. By the way, Tris, we were just talking about Ghostmaker. I know what you. What?
Ghostmaker.
Yeah, Ghostmaker.
There's gonna be so much Ghostmaker in May because he's got the annual too.
Oh yeah. Oh, first of all, what do you think about this Batman Fortress? All I say is, why every time they ask someone in Hollywood if you got a comic story, they always go for Batman? Why not Superman?
This solicit sounds like a Superman thing to me, and I think that the editors made him brand it Batman for sales. I think this is going to be more of a Justice League thing.
All right. The fact that
I thought it was this TV show.
I'll say this: what if it is the guy who worked on the Rogue One, a Star Wars story? There better be a lot of characters who die off by the end if this is not canon.
But that's the thing I hated most about Rogue One.
But hey, Tristan, I don't know if you know. According to this, for the Batman annual, apparently Ghostmaker is going to be the new leader of Batman Inc., which makes sense actually,
because he's got money.
Well, not just that, he has money, and he's someone that Bruce would trust. This isn't some person who he would questionably trust. No, Bruce trusts him because he's proven he's not a guy who's teetering on the edge and could go one way or the other. No, he's in for the good fight.
Well, and also I think that he hopes that Batman Inc. will be a good influence on Ghostmaker.
And Clown Hunter, too.
Yes. Although I have to say, I am very disappointed in how Batman Inc. was written in Batman by Williamson. They did not have very much character.
Well, we're not done yet.
I'm done.
Oh, yeah, you've seen the new issue, the final issue of it.
It doesn't get better.
I'll be honest, I will agree with you on that. I am not a fan how they're so quick. Now, is Abyss controlling them, or are they working with him willingly? Could you at least tell us that?
Working with who willingly?
Abyss.
Yes.
I gave you one or two options. Which is it?
Are
they working with him willingly, or is he controlling them?
They're working with him willingly.
Okay, what?
So it's sort of like a Bourne situation where Lex Luthor is doing all these experiments in foreign countries, and so Abyss is the result of the experiments, and so he's got a grudge against Luthor, and so Batman Inc. is we're going to help you get even with
Luthor. Okay. Hey, Bianca, if you're in the chat as well, could you keep an eye on this person?
What am I keeping an eye on?
This Gana Gem.
Oh boy.
Keep an eye on them. If they do anything much more risque, boot them.
I thought it was Chelsea who was being the problem, though.
Chelsea. There's another one. Did you get this Billy James earlier?
Yeah, me and Hominis did.
All right, but yeah, Hominis, you and her just keep an eye on some people. You never know. All right. These people is who I'm talking about.
Inappropriate. This is a family screen.
I know, we can curse.
Hey,
fuck it.
How'd you get those? They're not even in the chat room.
Yes, they are, actually. If you set it from, instead of top comments, all live comments, you'll see them.
Oh, gosh dang it. I forgot to change it. That's my bad.
Hey, it's all right.
I usually change it to live.
Yep. But anyway, let's move on. But with Shadow War, so how do you think it's going to lead into Dark Crisis? Do you think this is just going to cement Deathstroke's power as king of the villains?
Well, we know there's a bad guy. I was theorizing on my own stream that it's going to be
boot him.
Prometheus.
How is it that your laptop is faster than mine?
What do you mean the laptop? I'm just seeing them on the right.
Oh, what the heck? Why is the chat room on Restream faster?
I've noticed that sometimes it's faster. Yeah. Seriously, this is clearly someone trolling or something. Thanks, Hominus.
Oh, what? I did it first, okay?
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, but yeah, Prometheus possibly, but we know at the end he's still going to be running the show. But I still have a feeling that this isn't Slade, not the Slade we know. I think this is a Slade from another Earth. What do you think?
Do you think it's gonna be like Dark Multiverse Slade?
Yeah, no, not like Dark Multiverse. Just from another one of the many Earths in the multiverse that's already been taken in by the Great Darkness.
Well, we know that Slade's gonna get Jokerized. Apparently, I was kind of surprised to see that.
Whoa! Where was that?
It's in the solicit. Read the solicit.
Oh, infected with the Joker toxin.
Yeah, see?
All right. I missed that part. But even then, we know he's going to be normal by the end. But yeah, though, I think it's just going to be this all matter of Slade proving himself as the king of the villains, so then he can be a main part of the next the next event of Dark Crisis. Oh, One Dark Knight. Yeah, when the heck is the next part coming out? That's one thing I'm getting a little annoyed with these black labels. They keep on pushing them out and pushing them out.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're doing that. I mean, like the whole point is just like you can let the artist go until they're ready, and then sort of like what Jeff Johns did. Like, I'm still irritated that it took so long, but at least Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok actually got it done.
Yeah, and they kept it monthly still.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, but these ones, I mean, you have Superman versus Lobo, and you have Suicide. It's always the third books, by the way. But it seems ever since the Joker and Joker Harley Criminal Sanity book, they've just let them do whenever.
Well, I'm also really irritated because I've been really liking Superman versus Lobo, and that one's so delayed.
Yeah, well, the third book anyway.
Right. I want to know what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
Is there still a paper shortage problem?
To a degree.
Saying that.
Yeah, but now Flashpoint Beyond. Here's the question I gotta ask: do you think this is set before everything was Infinite Frontier and Incarnate, or do you think this is after the events of Incarnate number 4?
Since it's Jeff Johns, I think that it's not connected to anything.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Given the chalkboard stuff, it is.
I don't know why I'm saying anything. I'm not going to read it.
Even despite Jeremy Adams?
I haven't read the original Flashpoint.
All right.
Me neither.
Now,
bump of solidarity to make Robert angry.
I did notice in your stream earlier, you saw this was an ongoing. It's a limited.
No, I didn't mean that it was an ongoing. I thought it was a one-shot. So the fact that it's a 3-part series surprised me.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. I mean, you're already going to have the Sonic prequel.
Wait, what?
Get it? At IDW, they have a Sonic prequel, Sonic 2 prequel.
Huh.
You know, like a hedgehog's quills.
No, I get the joke, but I'm like, I did not know they were doing.
Yeah, the 3-parter as well. They've done prequels before the movies. Before IDW did plenty of those.
I bet my buddy Borvok is pretty happy about that. He loves Sonic.
I can't wait for the movie. Oh
yeah, it has been affecting the manga side too. If you usually if you check out
we got another bot.
manga channels, they usually do talk about it.
Thanks, Hominus. How did it pop up again? The other one pop up again. There it goes. But yeah, now, what have you been seeing about the War World saga? Have you been reading that?
Nope, I haven't reading any Superman.
I'm getting the trade paperback.
I don't understand why Cy Spurrier is doing it though, but I'm not a Cy Spurrier fan.
Who is that? Who is Cy Spurrier?
He's a guy who got a lot of attention because he bitched about his Constantine run getting canceled, even though it sold like 10,000 copies.
Oh, well, he's only an annual.
And he's doing Suicide Squad Blaze right now. Like that's what he's doing.
Which was good. I liked it.
I thought it was too cynical, but that's my thought about most.
Don't say Sonic will have sex scenes. That's gonna.
What?
That's Lord of the Rings. That's gonna have the sex.
Soup, really? Come on, Soup. Come on. But what do you think about Round V doing Aquaman Andromeda?
I never even heard of it. Oh, it's by Rom V.
Yep.
Oh, it's only 3 pages. I mean, not 3 pages.
3 issues. Well, it's a Prestige Plus size. It's 48 pages. It's basically a Black Label without the Black Label.
Wait, it's not Black Label?
I don't see it here.
I thought it was though.
I think that Solicitations I forgot to put it in there.
48 pages. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's Black Label. It's Black Label. They just
Yep.
That's a nice cover.
Oh, for this one?
I am glad to see that. I mean, that's the kind of thing we need. Black Label that's not just Batman, and there always have been not just Batman, but like this is a good high-profile one with a good writer.
Oh, congrats, Dr. Soup, for your wrench.
Yep, I figured. Hey, I'm a wrench on her stream and on her channel, and she's proven good to be a good moderator too.
I can see that.
Hold on a second. But yeah, now we have the Earth Prime books. I'm not really interested in those. Although I am interested in this one.
Superman and Lois one, because I like that show.
And I'm interested in this one.
But if you like, I think these are mostly just to be fun things for people who like the shows, which, you know.
This is Legend of Tomorrow.
Ah.
I have no interest in that one. I am interested in this Stargirl.
To the CW shows.
Yep.
The Jurassic League!
Yay! What do you think about this, Ian?
I think it's either going to be really... I think it's going to be fun. I don't know if it's going to be really good or if it's going to be kind of... So there was this thing, Primal Age. Did you guys read Primal Age back in like... I want to say 2019?
Rings a bell. It rings a bell.
It's a Target exclusive, 100-page giant toy commercial with stories. And it had like legit artists. Like And so it was this whole giant with comics about Batman and all these heroes. It was sort of like...
And it looks like it was a He-Man setting, it looks like.
Yeah, basically. It was.
Look at Joker! The Joker!
Joker the Barbarian. But anyway...
Well, it's Johnson, though. Yep. Well, it's Johnson, though. And look at what he did with Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Well, at least it'll be interesting, that's for sure. Because I thought Wonder Woman Dead Earth was very worth thinking about and very thoughtful.
Yes, same.
Yeah. That surprised me and everything about how good it was.
And the thing is, like, I love that the artist himself said, yes, this is something that needs to happen. I'm going to draw these as freaking dinosaurs. And like, I love the enthusiasm.
I'm really excited that Wonder Woman is my favorite dinosaur, the Triceratops.
Yes! That's what I was saying! As soon as I heard about this, I'm like, she better be a freaking Triceratops. Because she's like the defensive mammal, animal, whatever the freak. I don't know.
She has the bracelets.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, can someone please tell me how can I am I capable of saying this to subscriber only, or do I not? Do I have to be one of those who have to be one of the partners to do it?
I don't know how that... I've only used Restream with you, so I don't know.
No, not restreaming. I'm talking about in the regular YouTube chat.
Oh, I don't know.
Hey, you would have to set it up before time.
Really? Tristan's done it before things started.
I don't remember. I know that all the ones that are future that I ended up, putting a reminder on or whatever, all of they're now being subscriber only.
All right. But anyway, Nubia, the Coronation Special. I'm already not interested in Trials of the Amazon. I'm going to get it for completionist reasons, but I am not interested if this is the end result.
I'm super interested in it. I'm the exact
because she was already the queen. Why do we need this to make it she's now the queen of all of the tribes?
I mean, Vita Ayala burned any interest that I was ever going to read anything by them again after what they did to Batgirls. Like, I'm never going to read what Vita Ayala writes again. So
she lost me then, I guess.
She lost. Oh, and go to customization on the video setting. Hold on.
You do not take my favorite character and write her as your own OC character with a crush on another favorite character that has no connection to anything. It just, the disrespect she showed to Stephanie Brown was just so high. I'm just
nope, I can't do any restrictions. I guess I don't have enough views and everything yet.
You're not cool enough.
I guess I'm not.
So she wrote Stephanie Brown?
She wrote it during Future State, correct? Ian?
Future State wasn't really good overall.
No, it had. I still really like Catwoman and Immortal Wonder Woman.
I thought the Detective was good too.
Yes, Dark Detective was also good.
Dark Detective.
But like, I mean, that's Tamaki, and nowadays we're like, oh, of course. I think I feel like. Oh, that's a question for you. Like, okay, so solicits for Detective Comics, we're still on this co-written thing. How do you feel about this co-writing thing? Because I don't recognize the co-writer at all.
We'll know when we get there. But hold on. Oh, what do you think about this? DC Vamp versus Vampires Hunters. And given how Tinian's not on this, I think it was all Rosenberg's idea.
Wait, there's a new DC versus Vampires?
It's a one-shot.
Apparently, it's taking the place of the regular series, though, because there's no regular issue that month.
Yeah. Well, they've done that, but they've done that plenty of times. I'm glad John Boy Myers is getting more work. What do you think about this Danger Street?
I mean, I am really liking Human Target, so I'm on board again.
But like, Warlord!
I don't know who that is. I don't know who like any of these people are, except Metamorpho and Dr. Fate.
Firefox!
Everyone should use Brave, not Firefox.
This guy! By Mike Grell.
That guy.
Way too overdone. I'm sorry.
He was also in Convergent. He was in Convergence.
He was also in Young Justice.
Yeah, but again, that's not how you handle him.
He was in Young Justice, this TV series?
Because why would he want to join the Justice League and want to prove himself? But this is a guy who has battled for so many years and done so well against it. Why would he need to prove himself worthy and everything?
But I feel like, okay.
Starman and Metamorpho I can understand, but Warlord?
I have not read any of Warlord outside of Young Justice, so I couldn't.
And Convergence.
I read Convergence, but mostly I was looking for Steph, so I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention.
Of course.
I got a couple
what do you
of
expect? That's the only reason I read that Crisis.
All right. But, Blood Syndicate, Jeffrey Thorne, he got screwed over on Green Lantern. He got so screwed over.
Oh, Blood Syndicate.
Would you agree?
I don't agree. I think that the entire run of Green Lantern was poorly conceived and poorly handled by everyone involved, including Thorne. But I'm not a Green Lantern fan, so...
All right. Duo, that's another one of the Milestone books.
I like the cover. I'm a little confused why they got Greg Pak, but okay.
Isn't he Asian? Isn't he Asian?
He is, but I thought Milestone was all about the African
American. Duo is an Asian.
Filipinos on there too.
Yeah, I think Duo is Asian. I think.
Okay, well then I guess it makes sense. Although I'm still really annoyed at this casting process that Christopher Reese sort of exposed. Like,
oh really? What do you mean?
Well, I think that is a good thing that people of all races, genders, and sexualities are able to write any characters. I think it's a bad thing when a black person is expected to write black characters.
Oh yeah, he proved that long ago. Yeah, he proved that long ago. That's why I still crack up when he said, when he got the call about Deathstroke, the first thing he asked was, "Have you made him black recently?" No, I'm in.
I love Priest. He's great.
But I love that. I love that moment. The fact that's what he says, like, "Have you made him black recently?" Nope. Okay, I'll do it. That was the fact that was now he's not against including him. Like when he did Justice League, of course he put Cyborg in, and he did very well with Cyborg. But he chose to put Cyborg in it. He didn't. He wasn't given Cyborg.
What does Duo do?
Duo, I don't know.
Personalities like Two-Face, but a hero.
Using their regenerative nanobots to save the world.
Oh, so
they're combined. Oh, they're combined together. Oops. They're two heroes in one body. So it's a man and a woman together.
A husband
what's
and wife.
What's that called? Fire Doctor. Oh my gosh.
Kind of like Firestorm. Yeah, Professor Stein and Ronnie. Except this case, they're stuck together.
R.I.P.
Okay, so yeah, there's the Road to Dark Crisis. I'm looking forward to this event. I really am. Of course, I'm always a fan of a crisis-connected event.
Never let a crisis go to waste is Robert's motto.
Hey! And the Free Comic Book Day. I can't wait for that. No interest in that.
Here's a question. Do you think the Free Comic Book Day will actually be an original story, or will it be like the last 2 years, where it's just the first half of the next issue?
I think it'll be an original story, especially when you have Jim Chung involved.
That would be nice. Because
remember, the main artist is about to be Daniel Sampere. You looking forward to that? To the movie?
I don't know anymore.
Why?
I already know what's gonna happen anyway.
All right.
The Pets movie?
Yeah, but it's a kids movie, so I shouldn't say like, oh, it's predictable because it's a kids movie. But I know the direction they want to go, especially towards the ending. I'm not sure what they're gonna do during the movie, but I know it's happening in the ending of the movie.
Right. I gotta say, I am not a fan of this collection here that's going to just collect everything from 52, except for the World War III stuff.
The missing numbers.
Well, no, that's because they're only focusing on
tragic story. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it is, but they're collecting only that, and they're skipping the World War III issues.
That's so sad.
Now I love this. I am glad that they're getting a reprint.
Alex Ross?
No, he's only did the cover. Peter Tomasi.
Not interested.
Hey, this was Tomasi's first work. When he does it explains everything between 52 and Countdown.
Does it explain why Cassandra Cain was evil?
No, that was in World War III.
Cassandra Cain?
No, we already know what happened. Deathstroke got to her, remember?
Who are you talking to? You talking to me?
Ian.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
We already know what happened. Deathstroke got to her. That's what they revealed during Teen Titans, during the Titans East arc.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
I'm talking out of universe, because there's still no good reason for turning.
No. They never. Why would this explain out of universe?
I'm just being salty because I hate Tomasi.
Dude, this was a good event and good mini.
Okay.
Maybe if you read it, maybe you might appreciate him a bit more.
No.
What? Okay, remind me again why you don't like him.
Because he likes Tom King. I'm just kidding.
Oh, he does. He does.
I like Tom King. So Tomasi was the editor of Robin when they made the decision to make Cassandra Cain evil.
Was it his idea?
No one has claimed credit for the idea.
Okay, could have been in case of the deal or someone above ordering it.
Wait, when you say Robin, are you talking
but
about?
Here's the thing.
Wait, no, that's not what it is.
Every time that Tomasi writes the Bat Family, he always either completely excludes Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, or he writes them as incompetent, useless pieces of crap.
Really?
Every time.
Well, I don't know. Okay, I'm more used to him excluding them. I do not recall him actually writing them in there that way. When did he do that?
In the end of his Detective Comics, when he was doing the election arc of Mayor Nakano, he had Hush take out the entire Bat Family, including Cassandra Cain.
Well, if he's doing the entire Bat Family.
Yeah, but he did it like in one hit for each character. It was really like everyone sucked.
For all we know, he could have been having to rush it too, though. For all we know,
he probably was having to rush it. He has a pattern, and I don't forgive him.
Okay, dude. I'm sorry. I'm saying this. I'm saying this partially in jest. What I'm about to say is partially in jest. But you kind of remind me of a guy who I met who had I thought had a similar liking for the female Dr. Light, but it turns out he was a bit more passionate to the point where it's like anything, he started to be like, I blame DC entirely for how they mishandled her, and then he just started dumping on everything. Even when she would have an appearance, he'd be all like, oh, it's pandering. It's like, shut up. Ended up having to cut ties with the guy because he was just so way too passionate.
Well, I've met both Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain fans who are like that. I'm mostly trolling you because I know that you like Tomasi.
And Jeff Johns.
I haven't said anything about Jeff Johns. Oh, well, okay. I said that he doesn't care about what other writers are doing, but I think that's just obvious.
He cares more than Bendis does, let's be honest.
That's like saying a stubbed toe is better than a broken leg.
I think he cares more than Snyder does.
I mean, I think a stubbed toe is better than a broken leg.
Snyder is more like, do whatever, I'm just writing my own thing. At least Jeff Johns, look at what he did with Blackest Night.
Like all of the big writers, I would argue that Grant Morrison does the same thing.
Well, wait a minute. He has been shown, though, if you're working on a parallel book with him, like Tomasi on Green Lantern, or even Dave Gibbons on Green Lantern Corps, while he was doing Green Lantern, it showed...
Who are we talking about now?
Jeff Johns.
Oh, okay. Well, that's back when Jeff Johns was more like... I feel like since Jeff Johns went to Hollywood, he's become too busy to keep up with the other writers.
Well, that's understandable. That's understandable.
Yeah, I know it's understandable, but they shouldn't have given him Doomsday Clock then, or they should have made it Black Label.
Right.
I agree. Okay, what have you been thinking about Batman 89? I forgot. I know we brought this up before. What have you been thinking?
I only read the first half. I thought it was fine, but remember, I don't like Batman 89, the movie.
Right.
Like, I thought it was fine. I don't think it's bad at all. It's just I don't have a connection
to it. Oh, Fables. Yes. Bill Willingham coming back. And I'm surprised, given how he's already tying himself in the comics gate. I thought that that would be a death nail.
What's he done?
Apparently, Ethan's got a script from him for an anthology book.
Huh. Well, I mean, I haven't heard about that, but...
was not heard about that either.
Yeah. Ethan did a tweet saying, now, of course, Ethan more specified he bought a script from him.
So here's the thing. Ooh. Bill Willingham, he is sort of a libertarian centrist guy. He's not actually conservative like people think he is.
Even though he was given a conservative point of views on stuff like during that DC Decisions. It was him and Judd Winnick.
Well, he also regrets writing that now.
Oh, he does? I did not know that.
He just thinks it was a bad idea now. He thinks it, and I think Winnick actually agrees with him.
Yes, I think when I had in mind, he did agree to that.
But
it could have been worse. That's why I say it could have been worse.
I actually don't think it was that bad.
It sets up stuff for the Teen Titans, the Titan stuff that was going on with Deathtrap.
Okay. It wasn't that bad, but I don't like what it did to Joseph. I thought that making Joseph the bad guy was sad. But so Willingham, he's kind of like, I'd say he's like a sort of centrist libertarian type guy.
But why is he looking, like almost leaning towards Comicsgate more?
Well, because the people who are in charge of comics tend to be really far left, and so they tend to be really just annoying and very cliquish, and Willingham doesn't like clicks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's just like, Oh, if they pay me money, why shouldn't I write stuff for them?
Now, what did you think about Batman versus Bigby?
I'm liking it, but it has Stephanie Brown as Robin, so I would.
I know, I knew you were going to say that, and then you have I knew you were going to say that, but here's the thing: do you think this will be the last thing he's going to do for DC?
I think it really depends on how it sells.
Do you think he's going to do better than Saga's return?
Saga?
I don't know.
Because let's be honest, Fables was one of those like Saga that relied more on the trades than the individual issues.
Well, I mean, they're doing a 12-issue arc, so this already has the whole trade thing set up. I wonder if they're going to break it in half or they're going to do all 12 at once. I guess that probably also depends on how well it sells.
All right.
Because, Dark Knights of Steel is doing that reprint the first 3 issues thing that I'm still pissed about, but that's because I hate Taylor.
But that's been a good story, though.
I disagree.
Yeah, you're going to always find something to complain about with him.
I think it's extremely shallow, like all of Taylor's stuff.
Yeah.
Even Nightwing?
I think Nightwing's exceptionally shallow.
Yeah, but even you admit, though, compared to Bendis, his introducing of a new character, family character, was much better handled and respectful than Bendis just steamrolling it in.
It was, but then he ignored her for an entire arc, and now he's bringing her back 7 months later.
That happens when you have an event intercept, and then doing these crossovers.
That is a lazy excuse, I say.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, more Action Comics. I am so glad Dale Eaglesham is doing more stuff at DC. I love his artwork. Ever since I saw him doing Secret Six back around Infinite Crisis.
Eaglesham's a very interesting artist. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah. Aquaman. I'm still curious on whether it's an ongoing.
It is an ongoing. I actually just asked a question in the DC Universe forums. They had a Q&A today.
Who's the main writer?
It's actually co-written by Brandon Thomas and Chuck Black, who are doing the Black Manta and
Chuck Brown.
Yes.
Chuck Black, Chuck Brown.
There's another writer named Chuck Black. I got him confused.
Sammy and Basri artwork. That's great.
Sammy Basri. He's great.
I love it. Their artwork.
Okay, so I asked if Lorena Marquez, Aquagirl, was going to show up, and they said stay tuned. So I'm hoping.
Nice, but now I'm not liking Chuck Brown. I did not like the Black Manta mini at all.
I'm not normally a villains guy, so I didn't read it.
Oh, Batgirls!
Yay! Look at the variant cover.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
And then look at the last one. It's Michael Cho.
Oh
yeah.
I love Cho's work.
His work is so slick.
Batman Beyond New Year. Now, what do you still think about the fact that this is still tying into Jurgen stuff?
I'm mostly disappointed that Colin Kelly and Justin Lansing aren't getting to do their Superman and Lois do a honeymoon to Neptune. I think that story sounded way more interesting than this story.
Wait, what?
It was in the Round Robins tournament.
Oh, right. So they were giving this as do you think they were giving this as an apology?
No, I think that they pitched it and the editorial liked it.
Yeah, but what do you think of the fact that they killed off Bruce again?
I wasn't a fan. Not because I'm like, oh, he should never die, but I'm just...
The way they did it!
Pretty pathetic. It was sort of like Alfred dying, he didn't die a heroic
death. It was pathetic. And then again, technically he already died before. If this is continuing from Jurgens brought him back. He went through a lot of stuff to bring him back. I'm just afraid it's going to be like Kyle Higgins when he took over from, during the Batman Beyond Universe stuff. When he took over.
So my mic was like off.
You and your mic problems.
It's because I don't have a stand right now with me, so like my mic
get a headset.
No, they never work. I was already using a headset.
Okay, but anyway, what's your question?
It was for Ian. How are you liking Batgirls?
I am liking it. I understand why people are not liking it, but I feel like a lot of the criticisms seem to be like, oh, well, Stephanie is she's feeling insecure, and Barbara is making bad decisions. And I'm like, we're in the middle of an arc. I feel like this is a thing that they have to get over.
I'm sorry. I still do not like her.
Who's that?
I agree. I think Seer is stupid and boring.
Seer,
I like
it's like,
and I like the Saints.
Oh yeah, I will agree with that. I cannot wait for this still.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes.
And look, of course, there's more. It's not as red and purple as Matt Hollingsworth's colors. You can tell it's Dave Stewart.
Wait, is there anything?
That's the colorist.
No, who's that person?
Who there?
Yeah,
that's Bruce. That's Bruce.
Oh, it is. Oh,
he's old.
Yep, and there's Barbara, and there's Terry.
I'm like, it's Batman Beyond. Bruce is supposed to be freaking old. Oh my gosh.
I am loving this, but do you think we're still going to get any more stuff that's going to happen in between? Or do you think it's supposed to be a case where things have been quiet for the most part between Harley Quinn and now?
I think if he gets enough money, he'll probably bring it back for some, like the Von Freeze one-shot type thing.
Right. Oh, by the way, did you get one of these, Ian?
No, I did not. I don't do indies, and I'm kind of burned on crowdfunding right now.
Well, this was worth it.
I backed the wrong one.
And hey, Hollingsworth and Dave Stewart both do coloring on this.
Nice.
But yeah, I cannot wait for this. Ooh! Good cover. So, Killing Time. What do you think about this event?
I read the first.
Or not
this I wasn't very impressed, unfortunately.
Oh no. Does it feel like Tom King's still doing his usual stuff, or is he trying too hard to be different?
It feels like his usual thing, but like it's all in the past, and it all feels like a filler arc to me.
How that kick looks funny.
Yep. What do you think? What do you even think about the Knights by Zdarsky?
I really like the Knight. Like I like the first two issues. I like old fake Catwoman in France. I thought that was
cool. I need to get to Knight. It's been so long.
Urban Legends, Vita, Mark Russell. Why is it this batch has a bunch of what? Why is this batch been having a lot of real long multi-parters? Why can't they keep it to those 3 parts again? Why are they doing a bunch of 6 and 8 parters?
I don't know, but I don't like it because I don't like the people they're hiring to do it at all.
What about World's Finest?
I mean, it's Wade. I'm only buying the first one for the art germ cover.
Wade has proven
Superman
to me
and Lois aren't going to be married. Why should I care?
Well, it is set in the past, so...
Yes, but why should I care? I like the relationship. I mean...
Oh, I know, and we know Wade... apparently from what I heard about that Superman Beyond stuff, I think I might have told you, but I bear repeating it, which one I'm talking about, the one that one more date everything before one more day. Apparently that was the first draft. Apparently there actually was a second draft where Wade conceded and was not going to get rid of the marriage. And if you had everything else besides that wouldn't have been a bad story, what they had in mind. If they kept the marriage, that would have been a good story to change things. Would you agree to that? If they didn't one more day, the Lois and Clark marriage.
If it was just like in the past?
No. Remember that Superman Beyond? You read the whole thing. If you took out the one more day stuff, so by the end they're still married, they didn't do the stupid thing where they got to keep the love triangle going, that would have been a good story.
It would have been fine.
And so apparently Wade was willing to concede and keep them married. Okay, so what do you even think about Teenie Howard on Catwoman?
It's a thumbs down for me, bro.
Do you think it's just because of Teenie Howard's writing in general, or do you think it's just her idea?
I don't know about in general, because I only read a couple issues of Excalibur, and I didn't like them, but I'm not really an X person. But the thing is, so Catwoman is supposed to be like really cool and really in control, and like all her narration is like this smug cat stuff, and like she's all... But then when she actually is in dialogue or she actually does things, she's so pathetic. Like talking to Aiko, she's like... Aiko puts her off balance, and she's just not in control. And then when she actually attacks, like she starts out really cool. She's like, I was spying on you the whole time. And then Black Mask shows up and just shoots, and she has to run away. And it's really pathetic. Like Catwoman should have a plan. She should know what's going on. She shouldn't be taken aback, and she should not she should not be just running away and being surprised by random new bad guys.
Agreed. I would agree with that.
And she herself is an anti-hero.
I don't know if Tina Howard's intentionally writing her as failing so much. Maybe it's like she's supposed to fail at the beginning and get better at the end. But like,
now, what did you say about the whole her saying Batman's not here to stop me from killing you? I think that was just a threat. I think that was just a threat to the punk. I don't think she really meant it.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna let her kill anyone.
Yeah, but when she said that, a lot of people took that saying, "Oh, she's admitting that she only doesn't kill because Batman stops her." It's like, no, she was trying to spook the guy. You know what I mean? You know what part I'm talking about? It was in Howard's first issue.
I don't remember. Are you talking about when she's sort of fighting with Valmont?
I think so. Yeah. And at one point she said,
I really did not like the fact that Valmont was able to manipulate her so easily. Like, that's another thing. Like, that woman should be able to see through punks like him. She's I agree. So I agree. Like, it's just really poorly written.
Yeah. Okay. Nadia Shamas is the co-writer.
Okay, like, I'm worried because Tamaki's been so like. Okay, so here's a question. A lot of people are like, well,
could be a backup story for all we know. It could be a backup story for all we know.
The backup story is written by Cena Grace.
Oh.
So a lot of people are saying Tamaki has to write like a Hush level great book for us to buy a weekly comic, and I'm like, I'm not going to disagree that like
I'm loving Shadows of the Bat. What the heck?
No, I agree. Okay, so good because I think Shadows of the Bat is really fun.
It is really good.
Maybe it's not going to be like Hush, where it's reprinted over and over again, but it's a fun story. Yeah. The backups too, because they're like a history of Gotham from the street level.
Now, for all we know, this person could be a friend of hers.
Well, I think they are friends. I'm concerned because I think Tamaki's been doing such a good job, and I always get concerned when they bring in someone else when someone's doing a good job.
Yeah. I've dropped Future State Gotham. It's issue 7.
I could drop Future State Gotham.
I'm sorry. After Grifter getting killed out by this Future State Joker, who just is a brute.
He's so boring.
And now you have this one where Bruce is back. Batman at War.
I'm glad that Bruce is back because I'm tired of James. He has no character, and the series is not developing him.
Yeah, but I just pissed off that they killed off Grifter the way they did. It's like, really?
It was a whole issue devoted just to killing off a side character. Like, that's rude.
Yeah, just to show how badass this brute, not Joker, is. I mean, okay, I get it. I know what ended up being Punchline was originally meant for Future State Joker. I get it. You do know that, right?
I did not know that.
Apparently, Tomas Tinian mentioned this, that Punchline was based off of their plans originally for Future State Joker. Or 5G Joker.
Oh, yeah, I think I do remember that.
Yeah, Joker was supposed to die at the end of Joker War, and this would have been the new Joker, and that was based off of Punchline.
It was going to be a man.
It was going to be a guy, but basically everything about Punchline was based off of that. Being a college person and everything.
Right.
What do you even think about Harley Quinn? I've been still enjoying it.
I've been enjoying it.
Despite Rossmo's artwork.
I like Rossmo's artwork.
I like him on some books. Like, look here. What is up with Batwoman?
She looks great.
I actually like the style.
Really? The pointy chin?
Bianca's with me.
Yeah.
And look at how thin her neck is. It's thinner than Harley's.
Yeah.
Seriously, I could put my hand on her and snap her and snap it right in half.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I like different artistic styles.
Now that's more like it.
Well, that's Derek Chu, who is also awesome. And did you see? So Stephanie Phillips posted about the backstory of that picture. She said that she's a Muay Thai fighter, and she did a picture from her last bout. I thought that was.
Oh, she's a Muay Thai fighter. She's a comic art writer, and she is an actual degree and as a professor, but she chose to do comics instead.
I thought you were going to say
she's also a PhD in rhetoric.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just to go back a bit, figure drawing, and I know he did it probably from a while ago. Let's not go there, okay?
Did something new I didn't know
No. He's just dragging that up. I am Batman. I'm just going to give this whole thing.
Still don't care.
I'm just giving this until issue 12, and if it doesn't pick anything after that, I'm dropping it. Or do you think it's going to end at 12?
Probably. I don't feel like I don't hear anything about sales, and no one seems to be talking about it. DC is pushing it hard, and still
okay. What do you think about the reveal that this whole event actually is connected to Dark Crisis?
Is the first issue of this out?
Yes, it's been out.
I need to read it because
they do show that John and Saturn Girl still have a thing for each other.
Really? But he's dating that one dude.
Nope. When Saturn Girl shows up, he's interested again.
I don't understand what they're doing. I don't like the fact, like, I wasn't a fan of John and Saturn Girl, but like I feel like it was set up. They were dating. I feel like if
although Bendis' last issue did imply that she might have, because she had a big crush on him, she might have psychically encouraged it.
What? Oh man!
Just like she might have psychically manipulated everything leading up to John coming to the future.
There's some Jean Grey stuff.
That's some Jean Grey making Bobby gay stuff.
Which, funny enough, on the I'm not sure when it came out. There was an X-Men comic that came out, and it was Bobby confronting Jean about it.
Oh, really? Who wrote it?
Shoot, I don't remember. Oh my gosh! Let me check my Twitter while we, continue this. And
then you can just send me the link, and I'll look at it later.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Me? What? Me 70? What? Me worry? Wow, can you believe Mad Magazine 70 years? Dang!
I feel old.
Okay, have you been reading Monkey Prince at all?
No. Jean Luen Yang lost me a long time ago, unfortunately.
Where do you lose you?
Avatar.
Really?
The Last Airbender? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, The Last Airbender.
Oh, wait, you're serious?
What didn't you like about it? I remember though, a lot of it was also stuff that was given to him by the creators.
He set up a situation where someone tried to assassinate Zuko, and Zuko let her go.
Didn't she come back later?
So here's why this is a problem. Zuko is a sitting head of state.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if there's a sympathetic reason for someone to assassinate. If you're a sitting head of state and someone tries to assassinate you,
this is Zuko we're talking about. This is Zuko. This is Zuko though trying to make up for what his father did, and he wouldn't want to be like his father.
I don't care. You put them in jail.
Again, I think this is a case where he made the wrong call. I agree. He made the wrong call.
It's portrayed as him making the right call. That's my problem. If you do that, you will not be a sitting head of state for more than a month because you will be replaced.
Yep. Oh boy, and more from Naomi.
I sent.
Hopefully, it's better than. Oh. Now, the only thing that's giving me props is that F. Walker's still involved with it.
I like the first thing of Naomi.
Oh, I liked it too, but Naomi on her own has not been. I asked you to text it, not put it in the chat, Bianca.
I know that was like.
Because I can't copy and paste it. Yeah, put it in the private chat.
I was on my phone, so I wasn't on my laptop.
Excuses.
It's true. I'm just lazy.
Well, at least you admit it.
Yeah, it's good to admit it.
Now then. Winter's End, okay.
Unfortunately, it does not say who wrote it, so I have to...
Hold on. Let me look, who wrote it? Cena Grace!
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's hilarious.
she's been dead forever, but I do, and I'll be damned if some other version of me is going to get to say this to you. Oh, basically, this one version, like, how dare you show your face here? We wouldn't have known about the M-Cron crypts if it weren't for you. They wouldn't have known about my secret. Always back from the dead, always forgiven. What the hell is going on here, Bobby? What's he talking about? You know what you did. I'm afraid I know. Gene, time displays you did a very bad thing. I thought I could let it go, but because this guy brought it up, I'll stay out of this one. Yeah, we're here. Teen Gene out of me. When we returned our younger selves to their time, their memories became ours. I remember. That wasn't okay. It needed to happen, but it didn't happen on my terms. You took my power of choice away. I wasn't ready. It's muddy water under the bridge. Okay, but again, that's not what they originally intended. They originally intended to have it be that that was just that version of Bobby.
Yeah. I have no idea what's in this winter run, so
I don't know either, but at least I will give Grace props for acknowledging it.
They do go. Apparently, this is a time travel issue. So
I get that. This is a version of her. This is an alternate version of him. I get it. But again, I do give Grace props for that. But yeah, okay, there's more with Nightwing. Yeah, Melinda Zuko.
Finally getting back to the plot line after a year.
8 issues until number 100. How much you want to bet they're going to end it there?
Is it selling that badly?
No, but they're probably going to want to restart with a new one.
I thought Nightwing was like the best selling of all.
No, I'm saying no. It's going to probably do is they can do a new number 1.
But they haven't been doing that at DC. They've been doing the opposite, actually. They've been adding runs together instead.
And I do give them props for that.
Oh, look, there's Stephanie Brown on the
I'm skipping this. I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait to see how this is.
Again, it's a non-Batman Black Label. Pretty cool. I'm not personally interested, but I think that's good.
I love the Flash stuff. Suicide Squad is ending. What do you think about Suicide Squad ending?
Just as it got hopeless. I'm sad. I really liked it as hopeless.
And I want to bet he knew probably he was wrapping it up. I have a feeling.
Probably.
Yeah, because now the fact is,
it's sad that they're not even letting it go to see if they can get a bump from the crossover.
As I was about to say, they're not going to do that. They're just ending it. Probably because I think this is going to probably wrap things up because probably it's going to get involved with Dark Crisis, I bet.
Yeah.
Why is Superboy in the Suicide
Squad? This is Match. This is his clone. This is a Bizarro-like clone called Match.
It's like alternate universe Superboy.
No, not alternate universe.
Oh, it's clone Superboy.
Isn't Superboy already a clone, though?
No. Superboy is a clone, yes. Match was an imperfect clone.
Okay. So, yeah, Bizarro.
Yeah, Match is basically a Bizarro Superboy. But yeah, there's John Kent stuff as it's doing with the Rising, to which I'm like, wait, they're basically selling off superpowers. Lex did that during 52!
Also, the Incredibles did it in 2005.
Green Hell, I loved Green Hell in the first issue. This is basically Swamp Thing's Dark Knight. Dark Knight Returns, I mean. Task Force Z. Okay, given what's happened in Joker, given what we found out in Joker, this is a clone. It's a clone.
But look at the little baby bat family. That's cute.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this is a clone. And do you think Real Bane's going to show up at any point?
I hope so. That'd be cool. Bane versus Bane.
Why do I think this is going to end at 12? I have a feeling because when you have Eddie Barrows...
I originally thought it was going to be a miniseries ending at 12.
I have a feeling there's a set for 12 issues and it ends up selling well, it'll go beyond. Because when you have Eddie Barrows on it, you know it's not going to last forever because Barrows cannot keep up a monthly schedule.
True.
Even when it's a maxi series, a 12-issue limited run series like Freedom Fighters, he couldn't stick on to the whole time.
Sad.
Teen Titans Academy is ending. Hallelujah!
Finally.
Get rid of that book! Especially when they started to bring Primer in there. No, get Primer away from that. She is too good for this book.
Too good for this world. Keep her.
I love Primer. I love Primer.
Yeah,
I still need to read it.
Okay, The Flash. Ooh, Flash Speed Force on lockdown.
I really loved this last week's Flash. It had good theology.
Oh, I love it. Again, Cherry Meredith is so good.
Doing a great job.
The Todd Nowick cover. I couldn't tell that was him for a moment. Don't care. Ram V doing more with Swamp Thing. That's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman.
I'm not disliking it, but I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Ever since she came back, I have not been feeling it.
I don't understand why they don't get her and Steve back together.
I don't know either. But like I said, ever since she came back.
Who and who?
Wonder Woman and Steve.
Steve Trevor.
Oh, where's Steve?
Oh, he's around. Just not with her.
Yeah, this makes me sad.
Yep. Evolutions. I've been interested. I do not like the inker for this artist. I like the art himself, but I do not like the inker on him.
Yeah, something's been off about the art, unfortunately.
It's been the ink. It's been the inks. If you ever seen the pencils, it looks good, but when you see the inks,
okay.
Like,
A World of Krypton, I'm torn. This is one of the first.
Realisticness.
This is one of the first.
It had Hawkman in it.
Yep. But I was saying, this is one of the first Vendetti books that have just.
It was a little, I don't know, meh.
And I'm also not a fan of why did they have to bend Supergirl's mom, and yet that makes Supergirl look extra white.
Well, they're not blood related, so would it matter?
Well, no, but it's the way they handle it. It's like her father's normal wife, maybe a little darker, and her mother's black, and yet Kara herself, the whitest child you've ever seen.
Yeah,
you gotta start moving her towards Hispanic Supergirl.
If you look at the what's it called, freaking the Supergirl CW series, the guy who played TV Superman, Dean, is like not.
No, that's adopted. That's adopted, mom. Dad. That's adopted. Dad.
You meant on Krypton. Oh my
yes, gosh. On Krypton.
But like again, sometimes it does happen. My father,
but it's
darker than I am.
Yeah, but it just feels though like, they just changed it just for the sake of changing it.
Most likely, I don't really care about her parents.
The 52 omnibus. I already have the individual issues. I don't need the omnibus. Wait, how much is it still? $175. Wow! If I had gotten the omnibus, I would have been glad if I got one of the earlier ones, because they seem to be upping the price on that.
Yeah, it's them paper shortages and inflation.
Absolute Swamp Thing. That looks cool. I liked the second season.
Did we hit the end already?
Oh yeah, we hit it quite a while ago, and they had a bonus story, and 'tis the season to be frozen.
The of Solicitations.
Oh yeah.
I'm planning to get season 1 by Ryan
Birds of Prey. I'm excited
yep,
about
that looks good. Nicola Scott, wasn't this her first outing, I think?
It was her first DC work. She had some stuff from IDW in Angel before that.
Right.
I like Nicola Scott.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, this is where they brought back Ice.
Yep.
This is the story where they brought back Ice. And even Mark Waid praised Gale because he regretted killing Ice off.
It's Catman.
Yep. Oh, checkmate. This is the case where I feel like the way this event ended, it's clear that Bendis had to do it to set things up for Williamson. Because it's quite obvious the way ending was not what Bendis had in mind. Given everything he did with Checkmate leading up to it, having it beat a Checkmate and everything was on par with a Perpetua enhanced Lex Luthor and his Legion of Doom. Yeah, you could so tell that this makes zero sense based off of everything he did beforehand.
Maybe you don't make no sense.
I like Checkmate, but I'm kind of frustrated that it doesn't look like it's going to get an ending.
It already ended.
No, like the storylines.
Oh. Well, again, he wrapped it up to set everything up for Williamson to take over. Because everything was Talia at the end. That was basically her taking back control so Williamson can use her in Shadow War.
Okay, well, I have to to dodge out, I've got another meeting, but
all right.
Yeah,
I think we finished all
meetings.
the new stuff.
Yep, that's all the new stuff, and I'm about to wrap up too. Anyway, the whole point was just to go over all of these
and talk about Peacemaker, which is good, and people should
Yep.
watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So.
I'm gonna watch it with my brother.
Yep.
I don't know about watching it with my mother. I don't think she would appreciate it.
No, I don't think.
So yeah, that is, and so yeah, that's it for tonight, everyone. Thank you two for joining me. It's been real fun, and we'll catch you on another one.
All
See
right,
ya.
bye.